What I want you to do is get in the habit of reciting your homework from last night. Right? Fixing your mind the exact amount of money that you desire. It is not good enough to say, I just want a lot of money. It needs to be very definite. What do you intend to give in return for this money for your desire? There's no such thing, guys, as something for nothing. And it doesn't mean that you have to give up fun or give up this. You could say, I'm willing to give great customer service. I'm willing to go beyond the word excellence, right? So it doesn't mean that you have to give up something, that you're passionate about, like cheeseburgers, right? Right. And so it could be something of the positive as well. Third, establish a definite date. Have you guys established a definite date? If you establish a definite date last night doing your homework, guess what? I want you to just type it in the chat box right now. I want you to type it in the chat box right now. Right? You're going to create a plan. A part of your plan is attending this class. A part of your plan is attending this class for 25 days. Some of you 24, right? Go into action. Don't worry about if I'm ready or not. I can't tell you how many times I've sat in positions where I don't think that I was ready, but I sat there and all of a sudden the right words came out of my mouth. The right words came out of my mouth. It does not mean that I made a mistake. I've learned to posture up. And you're going to always hear me say posture up and move my shoulders, because posture up really is mentally and physically, right? When I walk into a room, people want to know, who is that? And I'm not really anybody that, I don't mean, and I shouldn't say that, but it's because of my posture when I walk into a room. I want people to know, I want people to say, you want people to say, wow, who is that? Right? Without you saying one word. Right? And then fifth, maybe tomorrow you guys are very comfortable. You want to write it out. The statement needs to be very concise. Do not write a whole dissertation. People get confused. God will get confused. The universe will get confused. Okay? And then the sixth thing is to read your written statement aloud 2 times daily, 1 in the morning and 1 at night. So today's a new day. Today is day 2 of personal development. Every morning we are going to talk about personal development, right? And so I just wanted to share my little message with you this morning. Tell yourself what to do and stop waiting for others to lay it out. Tell yourself what to do and stop waiting for others to lay it out. It is a form of leadership. Okay? And here we're talking about simple things, guys. Exercise, okay? Eating healthy, making a commitment, just the very basic things. We understand that you're not going to have all the skill set if this is your first time doing something of this nature. Example, real estate. So you got to learn the skill over time, which is why you're here. But you told yourself what to do because you told yourself you were going to be in this class. Does that make sense? So you're starting to tell yourself, I'm taking this class. I'm taking dominion over my life. I'm taking control over my life. So you started. That was the first step. And anything you do, it takes no talent. It takes no talent to work hard. You don't need talent, guys, to work hard. In anything you do, okay, and I want you guys to screenshot this, and I want you to actually write it down. In anything you do, it takes no talent to work hard. You just have to want and desire to do it. Every day, you have to do something you don't want to do. I'll give you the perfect example. I do not want to work out after I leave y'all today, right? I always use that. But one, I'm pregnant. We tend to eat more than normal, right? I do not want to be 50 pounds overweight when I deliver the baby. I do not want to be, I'm not one of those people that say, well, I hear about postpartum depression, but I don't really, I have to experience it for myself. No, I've heard enough. I don't want to be there. So I'm going to force myself when I leave you guys today, and I'm going to go and walk. Do something that you do not want to do. It is called pushing forward. It is easy for me to come and speak to you guys at 8 o'clock in the morning. This is not a push for me. A push for me is something that I don't really love doing, but I do it anyway. It creates, let me tell you what it creates, discipline on all levels. Sometimes I fast. My husband, we do. We're not Muslim, but we will do Ramadan, where we don't eat after the sun goes up, and we eat only when the sun goes down. So we don't eat for a very large portion of the day. That's not something I desire to do, but I know that if I make the commitment, discipline comes out of that commitment to do, and that discipline now goes into other areas of my life. Every day you have to do something you don't want to do. Now decide, commit, act, succeed, and repeat. At what point in life do I make changes for myself? Right? Ask yourself that. Okay? And so let's keep going, guys. We're at 8:20, and I want to just jump into our lesson for today. Okay? We first have to understand where we are. Claudiane has to understand where she is. Sharia has to understand where she is. You cannot grow unless you understand where you are to know where you need to go. And I know I always use weight as an example, guys, but that's where I struggle. So I want to use where I struggle to give you an example, because if I said something about real estate, it'd be too easy, right? So I understood at the beginning of my weight journey, I was 183 pounds, guys. I'm 5'6". I was 40 pounds overweight. I had to understand where I was to understand how I got to 157 in less than 2 months. I use these same tools, understanding where I was, coming up with a definite purpose and plan, a goal, right? And I executed. Since you guys didn't want to share, I'll share with you. I am so happy and so grateful that now December 2021 has come, and I am the proud owner of 2 20-unit apartment buildings that services children from 6 weeks to 5 years of age with a convenience store with healthy food options. Very concise. I understand what I want. I understand what my goals are, and that is my goal. However, I gotta understand where I am right now. Do I have credit problems? Do I have income problems, right? Am I setting goals? If those are the issues, I need to know what they are so I can go and repair my credit, increase my income, right? Work on personal development. Because maybe I just said it, but I really don't believe it. Maybe. I don't know what your goals are. So tonight, what I want you guys to do, in fact, if you are not a realtor, I don't want to ask that question. I want you to just take 3 minutes right now, while you're here with me. And I want you to understand where you are. And I want you to write down what is your current, and if you don't know it, I tell you, when I started getting coaching by Mike Ferry moons ago, right? So Mike Ferry and Tom Ferry are dad and son. I couldn't answer these questions. I was just working. I was just working. I was the top producer, but I was just working. When they asked me these questions, guys, I said, I don't even know. I'm just working. All I know is that if I work hard, that was my theory. If I work hard, and this is why I say when my hustle met skill, magic happens. So I want you to understand, what is your current sales value? What have you produced from January to current? And I want you to write it down. If you don't know the exact number, figure out the exact number, but write down an estimate of where you think you are. What money have you made in real estate from January 2020 to current? Your gross commission. Your gross commission. How many transactions have you completed from January to current? The number of transactions you have completed. Guys, throughout this session, you're going to see me using different programs, and they're going to be on different levels because everybody's financial capabilities are different. But I want to start with just a simple Excel spreadsheet. A simple Excel spreadsheet. And I want you to write your customer's name, the amount of money they spent on their purchase, whether it was a buyer or seller. It's going to help you keep up with your volume. The number, how many transactions you've done. Some people sell and then buy, so you get 2 transactions out of 1 deal. And then how many appointments have you gone on from January to current? And I'm going to tell you a little secret. Don't use COVID as an example, as an excuse. Because I've been on many appointments during COVID on Zoom, okay? Many buyers consultations on Zoom. Those are appointments, right? Sometimes I've done phone appointments, right? You guys know I'm pregnant and I don't want anybody breathing on me, right? So how many appointments have you done? Okay. Now, only you know what your goals are because you written them down. That was your homework from last night. Now you understand what your current sales are, your current commissions are, your current number of transactions, and your current number of appointments. Can we all agree? Now that we've determined where we are, we can now understand where we're going. We have set a goal. You know how much money you want to make for the rest of the year, right? You set a goal. You know where you are. And for those of you that do not know what your current sales volume, don't be all panicky because I'm telling you, years ago, I didn't know. I was just working, right? So don't feel condemned, right? In fact, it took me 4 weeks to start my coaching sessions, which were thousands of dollars a month because my business was so big for me. I didn't have a system in place to capture all of these numbers. I had to wait for corporate to send me my numbers. It took them 2 weeks and I needed a week and a half to look at it. But if you start now just with a simple Excel spreadsheet, your life will change. Now, what we want to do now, guys, is determine what our goals are, right? And we want to write them down. We know what our ultimate goal is, right? But this is more specific towards now real estate, right? And take out the word current for a second. Where do you want your sales volume to be, right? Where do you want your sales volume to be? I'll give an example. My goal is for my team to produce $25 million in 2021. I'm not concerned about COVID-19. People are shifting and moving. People are trying to hurry up and sell because they believe the market is going to crash. Buyers are trying to hurry up and buy because the interest rates are so low. Okay? What do you want your commissions to be by the end of 2021? I'm at 2020. I'm already ahead of myself. Then we're going to determine how many transactions and how many number of appointments. Everything is about numbers, guys. The number of times I walk out of this house and work out is going to contribute to the amount of weight that I'm going to lose. The number of appointments I take is going to contribute to the production of what my heart desires. Okay? So again, if you do not know where your current business is, let's determine that. I'm going to stop screen share for a second. Okay? Guys, if you can drop in the box right now and tell us one of those goals at the first top, just drop one of those things in the box. I don't want to just be the only one talking here. I want to hear what you guys have going on too, right? So if you could just drop in the box real quick, one goal of yours, just one goal, right? My goal is to make X amount of money by 2020. My goal is, or 2021. My goal is to, I don't know, to service 20 people, which means that I have 20 transactions. My goal is to so media's goal is 1 million GCI by the end of year one, right? I don't know where her year start because I don't know where she started, but those are her goals. My goal is to make 100,000 by 3/31/21. Very realistic, right? My goal is to complete 3 transactions this month. Excellent. All right. My goal is 8 transactions by the end of 2020. Great, right? Now, very good, very good. My goal is to sell 6 million in sales by the end of 2020. Excellent goal. Right. Wow, great. My goal is 12 transactions by the end of 2020. Great. Excellent. So you guys at least know where you want to be, right? All right. So thank you for that. I'm going to go back. Wait, let me just see. I see some more coming in. I see more goals coming in. I get excited. Hold on. Hold on. Nice. My goal is 4 listings. That's interesting. I like that. I like that. My goal is 4 listings. 2020. I love all your goals. 10 more buyers. All right. So now we're going to be talking about how do we get there, right? So alongside those business goals, guys, I think this is very important. And I'm going to, again, share my screen with you. I'm going to share my screen with you, right? Life goals are just as important as your business goals. And I'll tell you why. When I got into this business, guys, I was ignorance on fire. I was 21. I was young. You know, it took me about 4 to 6 months to develop my first deal. And I mean, I was excited. Okay. And from there, it just went on, right? I kept working, but I kind of lost myself in the midst of the work, right? I lacked sleep. You know, there were days I didn't go to sleep for three days in a row. I mean, up until a couple of years ago. Sometimes you can get lost in the translation of work and your personal gets lost, right? So I'd like you to determine some of your physical goals. And I'll tell you why I want you to focus on this. People are very, how do I say this? People like transparency. So when you look at my page, for example, on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever I am, I don't just talk about real estate. You know, sometimes I'm on there with my husband, we're making jokes and having a good time. You know, sometimes we don't agree on something like the last name of the baby. You know, I want Hibbert-Smith. He says no, he wants Smith. I'm just sharing with the world that we're normal people too. I may run on the beach one day. I exercise and work out just like you. right? People get attached to your lifestyle. People get attached to your journey. People want to know, you know, people think, oh my God, I can't believe she just said that. Yesterday I was on a Zoom with almost 800 people, and I had to tell them the joke about my hair. You know, I had to make people laugh, right? So what are some of your physical goals? And share it. You know, put on a real estate t-shirt while you're running. What are some of your relational goals? Right? We've already determined what our financial goals are. We know how much money we want to make. And what are some of your spiritual goals? Right? So these are just as important, guys, as your business goals. One, social media is where it is. If you are not on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, I'm on TikTok now. Y'all thank Amari for that. He has harassed me, okay? Mom, let's do a TikTok. I'm like, okay. Nobody's there in doing real estate stuff on TikTok. You want to be on TikTok doing stuff in front of the house, right? Pick a house. Go to the neighbor's house, right? You have physical goals. I live in a community where it's just one circle. I'm on the HOA board as a treasurer. I sign all the checks. And I run and walk in the community and wave at literally everybody that walks by me. Why? Because I want them to know who I am. You're going to say that's that girl that walks. I think she's a real estate agent. 20 years. Then they're going to learn my name. I may stop and talk sometimes. I know who's doing what in our community because I'm always riding my bike or walking the circle. And we're going to talk about marketing strategies. So guess what? I have my physical goals that I'm meeting. I'm working out in my own community. No, I don't always work out in the community, but I do enough. And then I'm socializing with people. People are out there walking their dogs. They're running and walking, watering the grass. Hi, Mr. Hey, Shaw, how you doing? Yeah, I'm getting my roof fixed. Oh, did you see the neighbor's roof? They got an aluminum. The whole conversation. Oh, I got to check it out. Introduce me to them. That's what y'all would do. I would just go knock on their door. Hey, I see y'all got your roof done. I'm your neighbor. You understand what I'm saying? I'm turning my physical goals into a marketing strategy. They get mailers from me. They start to say, oh, that's that girl, that lady who's walking all the time. Her name's Claudia Hibbert-Smith. Okay? So incorporate that. Guys, set a goal. I'm going to work out once a week, twice, whatever you want. But you should be working out. I don't care if you're 2 pounds or 50 pounds overweight. Everybody should be exercising their organs. All right? All right. So we are there. Have we gotten something from this lesson today? If you've gotten something from the lesson, just drop a 1 in the chat box for me. If you have gotten something today from the lesson so far, just drop a 1 in the box for me. Guys, progress equals happiness. How many times have you gotten something done that you thought that you couldn't do, and then you did it, and then you're just like, yes, I did it. It's going to take me to the next space now because you got energy. But if you're not doing the work, you don't get to the no's to get to the yes, to be able to say, yes, I can do this. I did it, to go on to the next thing. So I want to just stop for a second here and give you guys some work to do. Number 1, I want you to write this down. Some of this is going to be on the screen. Some of it I want you to write down. Why? Because I know that when you go from here to the pen or pencil to the ink, something different happens. For me, it does. I want you to write a list Tomorrow, we're going to start an exercise tomorrow, another exercise. You're going to love it. I want you to write a list of everybody that you know. And I don't want you to write it in your phone. I want you to write it on a piece of paper in a notebook. So if you have a notebook, guys, this is a notebook. It teaches us not to plan all over the place. That's disorganization. I got stickies over here, paper over here. Get a notebook, okay? It has a binder on it. These pages ain't coming out. They're not coming out. So now I get to reference somewhere every time I go, right? I just come to my notebook. I switch the page. Sometimes you want to fold the page. I want you to write down at least 50 to 100 people that you know. Friends, family, people that you haven't talked to that are in your phone database. I want to teach you how to create your CRMs, right? I want you to write down 50 to 100 names. I actually want you to start now. If you could just write down 10 names and their phone numbers right now. I'll give you, it's 8:40. It's by 8:43, you should have written, 10 people. Guys, I'm not sharing anything with you that don't work. I know it works, okay? Because I do it, right? So I want you to write 10 people's names down, whether they know you're a realtor or not. Is there anybody in here that's not yet a realtor? Just drop it in the box. If you're not a realtor, you're gonna be so far ahead. I know some people are currently in class. You're gonna be so far ahead. I wish I had this type of lesson when I became a real estate professional. I think I would have been so much further along. But I'm so happy and grateful that I get to be here with you, sharing the information. While you guys are writing this, I did a gold contract. And it said, this was in 2018. It said by December 31st, 2019, I will have earned a minimum of $1 million. I enjoy earning this amount as a result of giving the most efficient service of which I am capable, rendering the fullest possible quantity and the best possible quality of service in the capacity of coaching and real estate sales. This is an irrevocable contract that I made with myself. Signed, Claudienne Hibbert. Ask me if I accomplished that goal. The answer is yes. You know why? I wrote it down. I came up with a definite purpose. I read it every day. And this is going to put me in a position, guys, to buy those 2 buildings. All right, so you guys have written down the names. If you are still writing, just drop a 1 in the box. If you're still writing, I'll give you a few more minutes. I don't want you to stop at 10 though, guys. I want you to keep going, but we can't give you the rest of the time of the class to write this list. So that's going to be homework for tonight, writing a list. Then I want you to purchase some note cards. Now, remember, when I'm telling you to do something, guys, it's going to be on 2 different spectrums because some people's financial obligations or finances are different than others. We're going to give you 2 simple ways. Here are my postcards. It says Hibbert Group on the front, and it's specifically designed for spring and summer. We have these cards made 4 times a year for 4 different seasons. We have Christmas, well, fall, I should say, winter, spring, and summer. In fact, these are not even our summer cards. These are spring cards, right? And it's blank. Why is it blank? Can somebody tell me why this card is blank and why I'm still sending out cards? Most people communicate by what? Text message, social media. I can't tell you, I can't even keep up with the DMs. Facebook. Some of you reached out to me on Instagram. But how would you feel if you got a note card with my signature, with my handwriting in it? Wouldn't it make you feel special? Because you always want to do, guys, not the opposite, but you want to be different. Yes, I'm on social media. I also want to create a level I want to create a level of separation between me and you. So what do? Terica's going to get a card from me that says, thank you, Terica, for attending my class. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your attention. And I wish you the very best on your journey. Now, you guys sent me your goals. Hopefully everybody did. I've read some of them. And I'm going to write that in this card. And it says, oh, by the way, I'm never too busy for your referrals. So why did you write the 10 names down? And why are you going to write 50 to 100 names down? There are 2 reasons. Tomorrow is going to be a whole different reason. I want you to buy your cards. We make these cards specifically for the Hibbert group, Realtors. You don't need to do all of this. I'm just extra, right? I like to go over and beyond, right? But you can buy nice cards. I have nice cards that I've spent 99 cents at the store for. And I want you to make the commitment, write this down. Every morning, you're going to wake up after meditation, and we're going to send 2 cards, just 2, to 2 random people that come up to your mind first. So, for example, I woke up this morning, 2 people came to my mind, I'm sending them cards. I have my stamps on hand. I have my envelope already ready. And y'all know I'm extra. I have my HG logo where I take the back of this card and put it here. I hand write the card, guys. I'm not talking about real estate. Hey, I just wanted to send you a little thank you notice or whatever. I don't know that person. So my person today, hey, my mind ran on you today. Just wanted to make sure everything's okay. Text messages are great. Phone calls are great. But when they get a card and just say, we just want to know that, I just want to know if you're okay. You ran across my mind today. If it's somebody that provided some sort of service, hey, you ran across my mind today. I just wanted to say an extra thank you for, helping me to build out my closet. Because the closet lady is coming here today. She's going to get a little note card from me. I'm going to sign Claudienne, Realtor. I don't even put my business card in there. I don't put my business card in there. Why? Because everything is not about business. Sometimes it's about relationships that turn into what? Business. So now the closet lady that I've been using for years, who I refer out a lot to, goes to a lot of people's houses because that's how she stays employed, right? When somebody's upgrading their house, or somebody says, well, we don't know if we should do our closets or not because we're getting ready to put on the market. Oh my God, I got a good realtor I can refer you to. Let me get her on the phone. She doesn't even give her my business card. She says, let me get her on the phone. Because I did what? I acknowledged her during a time where she didn't even need real estate. I'm building and creating relationships. I can't tell you how many times people call me to say, Claudienne, do you have a plumber? Claudienne, do you have somebody who can do the bathroom? Claudienne, do you know somebody that works on finances? Claudienne, do you know a tax preparer? If those people are good people, then I just don't refer. No, I don't have anybody, but let me put you in touch with an attorney that may have a great referral because in her business, she does well. Let me tell you, I'm a resource. People call me for all kind of stuff. Sometimes I'm like clueless, but I have the referral. I'm like, how did they know to call me for that? But when they think about real estate, what are they going to think about? You. Do you want them to think about you, or do you want them to think about the person that comes in their mailbox every month? You want them to think about you. Write a card. So for the next 25 days, guys, starting today, go and pick you up some stamps. Go to the dollar store, go to Walmart, Target, wherever you got to go. Get you some thank you notes. You're going to write don't write a whole paragraph. Like, hey, Courtney Fussell, I just wanted to send you a little notice saying that I appreciate your friendship. I see Lakeisha Phillips on here. Well, guess what? Her sister is my best friend from kindergarten. I sent her a text message, and this is going to be for tomorrow. Hey, Danica, I appreciate your friendship since kindergarten. Now, of course, this was before Keisha became a realtor. My expectation is not that she's going to skip her sister now, right? But guess what? Before Lakeisha became a realtor, I said, thank you for your friendship for all these years. I just wanted to remind you really quickly that, I am taking referrals. And if you can commit to 5, 10, or 15 referrals, let me know. That's going to be our assignment for tomorrow. It works like a charm. Keisha, did it work like a charm? Right? I'm a resource for all of you. So why can't I ask you for a referral and make a commitment to refer me to 5 people? Does that make sense? Guys, if your relationships are not reciprocated, you need to get out of them. If your relationship is not reciprocated, I don't mean I gave you $1,000, so I think you should give me $1,000. No. What value am I bringing to this relationship? What are your relational goals? It's not always, look like, we got so many things going on. I don't want to be politically incorrect. You know what I'm trying to say. Relational goals are not just you and your significant other. Boom, I came up with that fast. Right? Whoever that may be. What is my relationship with Sharia? What is my relationship with Andrea? What is my relationship with Carlos? When Carlos has a contract that's coming in on one of my listings, is that going to hold weight? Absolutely. So we got the homework. We're going to get cards tonight over the next 2 days, 24 hours, 48 hours. I think we can all handle that. If we can handle that, can we just handle that in the box? Guys, every session, I want to open up for question and answers. And so it's at 8:52 right now. It's 8:52 right now. I want to open it up for question and answer. So if you have a question for B, don't be afraid. There's no dumb question. Okay? There is no dumb question. So right now, I'm going to open the lines up. Let's see if I can do that here. Okay, so lower her hand. Amidia, am I pronouncing that right? Can you unmute yourself?
Good morning. How are you? It's actually Emidio.
Emidio, okay, got it.
My question to you is in regards to the goal setting. I'm an inactive agent right now. When I get back to agency, is 1 million GCI for a kind of a newbie realtor too much of a goal? Or is it, because, I follow Grant Cardone, and he always tells us to kind of like 10X our goals. But I feel like 1 mil of a GCI for a newbie realtor might be something that's out of that, it's not feasible. So I don't know if I maybe should change my GCI goal, or maybe I should just change the amount of transactions that I would like to complete my first year when I go active, which hopefully will be 2021.
So it is, and let's not just focus on GCI for a second. I want y'all to understand, and I hope you don't mind me using this as an example, Emilio. And this is not to ridicule, this is not to shame, but this is a very realistic and transparency class. You do what you believe you can do. If he believes he can produce $1 million, I'm just gonna, just give me a second. I'm gonna, Emilio, where are you located, Emilio?
I'm in Miami, Florida. Right now I'm in Cutler Bay, Florida.
Okay, hold on. I just needed to know because I just wanted to do a little calculation. Hold on. Okay. So I have to understand where the marketplace is to be able to do that. And so we're going to be going over this later on. He is an inactive agent. He's asking me if that is not realistic, right? Is it not realistic to make an income, gross income, of $1 million? I don't believe that it is not, that it's impossible to do. What I would tell Emilio is make sure his marketing is where it needs to be, right? The higher the sales volume of the transaction, the higher the what? Commission.
Right.
So if he puts his focus on, let's just say, luxury or commercial, there's a great possibility that he will reach $1 million in gross commission. He has to believe that. He has to do the work. He has to go to the events. He may need to go do golf. Right? I'm going to be thinking about what do those type of people do? Where do I need to be? Right? So the answer to your question, Emilio, is I believe anybody can do what they set their minds to do.
Thank you.
Okay? In fact, I wish I would have known that when I got started, because in our minds, we feel like we have to start here to get here. We got to do rentals to get here. And it's not true. You're starting in rentals, people are going to know you for the rental queen or king. They're going to say, oh no, go over there to Andrea Bryant because she kills the rental market. They're never going to call her for sales because her focus is in rentals. Now, if she wants to be there, fine. But if she's telling me, Claudia, I want to do $500,000, I'm going to tell her she's got to do more than rentals. And because she's stagnated herself there, because she has branded herself there, I'm not sure that she's going to be able to do it if she doesn't make a what? Drastic change. All right, LaRonda.
Okay, I wanted to know. Okay, I wanted to know, I'm starting real estate today, and can you hear me okay?
We hear you well.
Okay, great. Good morning, everyone. I'm starting real estate today, and you mentioned about CRM. I don't know what that means, and you just mentioned about GCI. What does that mean?
So gross commission income.
Okay.
A CRM is simply a management tool. I'm sorry, I didn't look at the chat box when I said, is anybody not a realtor? So my apologies for that. CRMs are just specifically an organization tools for your client, right? So we have a CRM that we use, and let me tell you, I love it. I put my contacts in there. They have drip marketing campaigns. We're gonna be talking about that a little bit along the course. A lot of people don't use drip marketing anymore because they're so stagnated on social media. They forgot what got us where we are. Those things are to add, not replace. Add, not replace. Add, not replace. My son just put me on a new program where I can be literally live on Instagram, LinkedIn, everywhere at one time. It is not to replace my drip marketing campaign. It is to bring people, to put them in the CRM drip marketing organization tools. And I'll tell you this, I'm not perfect. I may forget sometimes to call you back. This is why I rely heavily on my management software. Because if I just make one commitment to making sure I look at the management software, I don't forget. But I don't want to write on a piece of paper who I got to call back. Forget it. I done lost the paper. Right? I done lost the paper already. But when I hang up the phone with LaRonda Sims, I say, hey, LaRonda, I'm driving right now. I can't take notes, but I'd love to hear what you need. And afterwards, if I could just send you a quick survey, that survey drops them right into my CRM. And I'm going to tell them I'm driving. And, you know, I hate to have you think that I'm going to remember, you know, to call you back. But if you could just take 2 minutes to do the survey. The survey is going to ask for the name, phone number, email, what are they looking to do, sell, buy, you know. And we're going to go over those things as well. Okay. Guys, if you can't afford a CRM or a management tool, it is okay. It's not the end of the world. I didn't always have one, right? I'm going to show you 2 simple ways. Free. All right? So I hope I answered your question.
You did. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are there any? Okay, I have Angelique with a question. You can unmute yourself.
Good morning, everyone. Can you you answered the question with the last young lady, but what do the actual letters mean for GCI and CRM? Like, what does it actually mean?
Okay, so GCI, guys, all right? GCI means gross. Write it down. Can somebody just write this in the chat box for me? Gross commission. No, all in one word, guys. Wait, it's not just gross. Gross commission income. And that is the income you're going to be making when you do transactions. So I'm going to give you an example. I'm looking at a sale. Can somebody write this in the chat box while I'm writing it on paper? You do a set, let's say you're the listing agent. You list a property. I'm going to make the number simple, guys. $100,000. You charge the seller 6% commissions. Guys, it's 901. If you have to leave, you can leave. But I want to give you an example. Angelique, that was a good question. You charge 6% sales commission. You have a potential of making how much money? Write it in the chat box. You're listing a property for $100,000, and you're the listing agent, and you're charging the seller 6%. What is the total commission there? Now, that's the potential commission you can make. That's going to be the gross commissions. Now, there are times when you don't have the buyer to come to you directly and they come through way of another realtor. So depending on what you decide to pay that other realtor, which you can, right? Most people do 50-50. I make 3, you make 3. The buyer now is making, the buyer's agent now is making what? And you're making what? Split in half. So do you guys understand that concept? All right. Angelique, did I answer that for you okay?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. I just want to know, so, and yes, thank you. And the actual CRM, what does the letter C, R, and M stand
Customer,
for?
let me see if it, dang. Who can tell me what CRM means? Drop it in the box. I gave you the first word already. Oh, let me look at the box. It's customer relationship management. Did anybody get that? Good, perfect. Thanks, Chanellis. It is simply a way for you to keep up with your prospects, clients, database. I mean, there's so many out there that we're going to go over some of those CRMs. And then Sharia had her hand up.
I did. What are some ways that you would suggest getting the address of people you have without asking them specifically for their address?
Good question. We're going to be going over that as well. I always, in my customer, so Sharia, if you look at, and everybody should go to my link in my Instagram, right? Because we're going to be creating those links for you. And you should look at the link that says I'm ready to buy and I'm ready to sell. I'm ready to buy and I'm ready to sell. I specifically asked them for their mailing address, not their home address, because people don't want you to be sending them everything. So my question in my survey is, can you provide your mailing address? I have not had anybody that has not provided me their mailing address. When they provide me their mailing address, guess what happens? I send them a card, whether I do business with them or not. Thank you for filling out I just want to send you a little thank you for taking 2 minutes to complete my survey, and I look forward to working with you. Does that make sense, Sharia? Okay. And really, all you have to do is ask. Just ask. Sometimes I just text somebody and say, hey, can you just send me your mailing address really quickly? I'm on the phone. Can I have your mailing address? The key thing is ask for the mailing address, not property address, mailing address. Now, most times the mailing address is a property address, but because in their mind you ask for the mailing address, they're in business mode and they're like, okay, let me just give them my mailing address. Make sense? Okay. Any other questions? No more questions? All right. So this is the end of our day 2. Very excited. Tomorrow is going to be very interactive. So I might have to, since you guys don't volunteer, because you guys are all shy that are realtors, which is really strange, right? We're going to take you out of that mode. Because a big part of this class is for you to get comfortable to be speaking to people you don't know in the grocery store, right? Why do I go to the grocery store up the street and I'm talking to people in the aisles? Because I'm building a relationship with them. By the time they leave the grocery store, they're going to see me on the bench. You're going to see me in the postcard. And most of those people are on Instagram and Facebook. They're going to see me there too. They're going to say, oh my God, I just ran into her in the grocery store. But they're going to remember because I spoke to them and I had some level of conversation. Guys, I'm no different than you. I'm just willing to do the things that you're not willing to do, which then makes me look special. But I really think about it. I'm not doing anything special. I'm just doing what the people normally won't do. The things that I have obtained is because I asked for them. And you know why people tell me yes? You know why I go to Home Depot and they're giving me 30% off? Because I asked. I can ask any of you if you would go into Home Depot and just ask off the cuff. And you'd probably say no, you just pick it up and buy it. I built a relationship with them. When it's time for me to get Christmas trees for our organization, they don't blink twice. When it's time for them to give away carpet, I remember giving carpet away to the elderly at one time. They gave me the carpet. They said, Claudia, get the truck, come. We have carpet. We're throwing it away. Brand new Berber carpet. Why did I link that with the elderly? Because their knees, they get older. They don't want to slip and fall. People want to convert from tile to what? Carpet. How did they know to call me? Because I built a relationship with them. Right? So guys, have a great Tuesday. Write the list 50 to 100. There's a reason why I'm telling you to write that list. Tomorrow we're going to do an exercise before we get our class started. It's going to take us about 5 minutes to do. We're going to do it. I'm actually going to send you the verbiage so that you can copy and paste it. Wait, Sheena, do you have a question? Okay. All right. So see y'all later.